to come. And so he spent most of his time speaking to the children, and it made a real impression on me. By the way, one incident coming back to the ship, when we loaded the ship, the carpenters had finished with the ship, so we got back on board the ship, and we sailed down from Marseille to a port right nearby called La Ciotat, in the middle of the night. And there they anchored the ship near the breakaway, and we truckload after truckload of Plitin came
refugees
from the camp of Grand Arenas, truckload after truckload in the middle of the night, with little Pekla coming on board the ship, and that's all they had. If they had pictures, if they had clothing, they came with young children, and they boarded the ship quietly, and we left the port in the morning. So that's it.
How'd you come back in 67 with a passport?
Did you have a passport when you left?
I didn't get a passport
Where did
for
you get one?
over 20 years.
I got a passport because they never knew I had existed. Because in order to get out of Israel, we had to give them a letter. No, but I knew the girl.
Lesson of life, boys.
There's another place.
You gotta know the
gotta know
right
the
people.
girl.
You gotta know the right women.
So therefore, she typed up a letter for me saying, Philip Levine was not in the army and did not swear allegiance, and therefore I was able to get a passport from the American Embassy.
He didn't get a passport. He got travel papers.
I got a
Travel papers.
I got a letter from the army here saying that I did not pledge allegiance to Israel,
but you didn't
but
say
I
that.
did serve in the service.
Okay,
That's what caused me.
this is my passport, 1948, and it has over here. This passport is valid only for use in returning to the United States of America before June 11, 1949.
What number is yours?
Passport number 73.
Number 76.
But you didn't get it? You used the passport to get the passport?
I got the same.
But you couldn't get a passport to leave.
I got one of those.
Yeah, it's a snow
Go
one.
to the Soviet
Every
Union.
year you would apply and they would...
No, but you got one of those?
A one-time use passport. Yeah, I also got one.
This is the first time you...
You didn't know the right girl.
Really? Why would you throw that away?
Yeah, you have to talk to
Huh?
Phil to find out who was the right girl.
Say, boys, you got to speak to the right women.
Don't worry. Don't worry. You don't have to teach them that.
They're experts.
They're good at that. They're
Yeah.
good at that.
They teach us.
They're good. That they know.
Phil,
Yes.
why'd you do it?
How old are you boys?
19. Almost 18.
I was 19 when I went. That's how old I was. So why aren't you making a regular aliyah? I would say.
We're working on it. We're working on it, Phil. We're working on it.
Why don't you make aliyah? So then do it. Don't listen to your parents.
10% of last year's class, which is our first year. 10% will be 10%
Three
this summer.
Three boys,
Will be
thank God, are serving.
are serving in the Israeli army.
So that's a good start.
10%.
Look, you're going to go back to the humdrum, whatever you did before. You're going to go back to school. Then, first of all, you're going to go back and study, and then hopefully you might even be able to get a job. Because jobs ain't so easy.
There's a very low unemployment rate here anyway.
Unemployment rate here is low. But here's a chance to make something of yourself and the country. You know, I lived here with 3 girls, and I once said to my wife, I said, when I'm died, bury me in Israel. And you know what she said? She said, why don't you live here? So that Shabbat, after lunch, sitting around, I said, girls, what do you say we all live in Israel? And they all said, yes. All right. So I had one daughter in college in Bar-Ilan. She didn't have a vote. She was already here. Then I had one that was finishing high school at Stern, and one that was about to start high school in I was going to make Aliyah with her. So the other one I sent to him will come on in 3 after. I made today I have 6
Son-in-law, your grandchildren.
16 grandchildren, and as of let's say Shabbat, 17 million great-grandchildren.
17 great-grandchildren. All here.
No, one's in Australia.
Oh, okay.
I'm selling stuff.
Temporarily.
Yeah, right. My brother is here. My brother's here as a dentist in the dental store.
And a mobile dental
He had a
unit.
mobile dental unit, and so our Pesach time in Jerusalem came with his mobile unit. What do you want to study?
He's living here. He's living here.
Yeah?
Teacher to the choir.
Right.
He's one of us.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, but get a real job, Rabbi.
See, Rabbi, you see how
Everyone.
peaceful
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate the compliment.
So last night, the guys were at a second restaurant. And probably one of the most beautiful points that he made was that we live in a time where lots of people say that it would be better to have nothing to live or die for. You know, no borders, no religion, no wars.
Yeah.
But without having something to live and die for, there's no freedom. And there's very little meaning to life without it. And I thought that was an important message.
Why are you here?
my nephew.
We're related somehow.
gotta be here.
I have to ask around. I have to ask around Petah Tikva to find out how.
Stanley, do you have anything to add?
Phil covered most of the points.
Anybody have any questions?
I'll add something.
Where's that passport?
You're talking about Petah Tikva. The girl who opened the door to him in Petah
Okay.
Tikva.
Stanley, what did you do afterwards? After the whole episode with the ship?
went to Sheva.
I was in the Air Force Squadron, Malaysia Shepherds Commission, and we did radar work. It was a big secret. The Arabs didn't know we had radar. And Teddy Kolik in New York was a purchasing agent, and he bought surplus radar equipment that was in Europe. They shipped to us, we had to fix it up and set up the radar stations in different places in Israel. We had them from north of Haifa to just outside of Gaza. Jabal is a refugee camp. And we captured that town and we set up a radar station there that covered Gaza. Whenever a ship or plane came into Gaza, we radioed the information over, and the Air Force sent out an airplane and shot it down.
By the way, we were at
Tell them about the missile.
Also, there was a frigate destroyer of Egypt called King Farouk. That was in Gaza, and they loaded up with the soldiers that are going to invade Tel Aviv. About 1,500 soldiers. Nobody knows exactly how many. And Israel purchased 2 remote motorboats from Italy. And one of them was both of them were fitted up with dynamite. And I worked on the Shalat, remote unit.
right.
Remote control.
Remote control. The head of the Air Force and a flying fellow on Frankfurt last night took the motorboat, aimed it at the ship, and then we steered it by remote control. And the first motorboat hit the ship and blew it up.
Outside of Tel Aviv.
Outside Tel Aviv, and most of all the Egyptian soldiers aboard were drowned. And the second motorboat was unloaded with dynamite, and it's now in the Athlete Haifa Museum, Naval Museum, and it tells you the story.
Bet you never knew that one, eh?
Nope.
Just one thing I'll say. I Phil said that
was
before.
October 23rd, 1948.
When Phil got to Petah Tikva and a girl opened the door, she's now quite an old woman, she's living in Kataman, and she said to me, she was this handsome man standing there, this boy standing there, and she asked him, where have you come from? He said, I come from America. She couldn't understand because she was convinced that there was going to be a second Holocaust here. There were armies coming from all over the place, ready to massacre the last Jew living in this country. Why would somebody come from America to be killed here? It made no sense to her at all. So you understand it wasn't, they didn't come on a joyride. That was the state of what was happening in this country at this time. That the situation was so desperate that most people just thought that there was no way out. And that was what these 2 young men came to.
It wasn't only that, they had already served the soldiers in World War II. They had gotten out alive from World War II. And they should have just...
No, I was too young. I was too young. Stanley was a little older. He was the old man.
I was 3 years in the Pacific during World War II.
Eating rice, but there was nothing else supposed to eat.
And 2 years in the Pacific, never got home.
This day he doesn't eat rice, but...
That was enough.
Not because of...
For 3 years he ate rice.
Very difficult to keep kashrus in the
Anyway, that's our story. So boys, which ones are coming on Aliyah? Over there. Any of you coming on Aliyah?
Hopefully.
Anybody coming out of here?
So how are you, Shani?
All right.
I'm hopefully coming on Aliyah. Good.
Hi guys.
What are you studying? Let me just tell you one thing about special education. Because I was grandmother.
So we're also connected. So.
You're not going to make money in the States?
No, we're connected too.
Yeah. How?
I was on Madrid.
These are my madrichim in B'nai Akiva. It's all their fault. It's all their fault that I'm here.
What shave it? What shave it?
But here you're going to...
Okay, fellas, glad to meet you.
Thank you. Erik Solutionen.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Oh, you're the other one. You're also the other one. He's not going to make any money.
Not about money.
All right, you're allowed. Come on.
Good. Thank you. Good, man. My grandparents in England. During this whole time.
My grandmother actually in Israel.
Oh yeah?
Okay, I'll see you then.
I think maybe she came into these.
Thank you so much.
Probably in Russia, America.
By the Holocaust?
Only one American went to the Holocaust, three from Russia.
How would they do to get out communist Russia?
Yeah, that's good. They still had a hard time. One went to
You'll bring the same ones again.
Bring them back here and bring new ones.
You made me want to come on Aliyah. Then maybe he was probably somebody who was in a DBP camp in 1948.
What, are you going to come on Aliyah now?
Then my other
Where, in Germany or somewhere?
somewhere in maybe France.
Okay, Stanley.
One my other grandparents either. One is in Australia. My grandfather might have been in America already.
Something that Libby and my father don't have.
Well, because I
My family were originally involved with original projects, with Klein Weissman and stuff.
What did you want to
Picture Emerald, buried in Pestically, speaking about. They had a whole massive area of land. But then what happened was, some of the families stayed, they're probably still here and haven't hung out. I don't know who they are. And then the other people in England, they were living up, they were doing very well financially. And they couldn't, they didn't want to do what he was doing. Whatever their reason was, they stayed in England. Yeah, and what happened was, other people took over the land, other Jews who were living there. And eventually when it came to dispute, they won the land because we owned it.
You own land
Yeah, and since they lived in it so long, and they didn't, my English great-grandmother didn't, herself or any of her brothers didn't come in to put it out, lost a massive amount of land. Crazy. He worth millions and millions. The names of my great-great-grandfather, her father, is still on the schools, and in fact his grave.
Why did they not get the land?
Whenever they owned the land, because they weren't here. They were living in it. They were rich. And like, you know what?
I guess Israel.
They thought
The land was moving to people who were living here.
yeah, they thought Israel. That's what was the challenge in my family. They lost that. It's the only drive. They lost it because they had a hard time in the war in England anyway, and they were like, what's going on? I can't imagine what was going on in their heads, but that's what I imagine.
Well, I mean, if you look at it, Israel didn't work it with the right. Like, amazing that it did survive that. Even that first year when they attacked all the Arabs, that they survived Jordan, everything played it good. They were patient with how they survived. Like, you wouldn't, at that time, especially after the rise of the Holocaust, you wouldn't expect them to survive. They would have called that no time. Even 1957 you would have called that no time. Until they finished.
Father Shirley talks about it.
What? You would have thought it was over there.
Still in campaign.
I'm not really sure that
No, he made a big thing.
that's what happened in 1957. Yeah, that's when it started. Put on all the soldiers that
Give him a mirror. With my family, what happened was they did sell some of the land, and that money made my grandmother very rich, great-grandmother very rich. And when it came to inheritance, there was a massive argument about the money. I only met my grandma's sisters, my brother's children. Sorry, sisters, I only met them when I went to college.
met some girl she fancied, like you can imagine, and she was my cousin, I didn't even know. And I found out we were all related, and she was a Reform converted, and she talked to me to Israel, that's what she like.
And she didn't know you were cousins.
She even knew.
What? So what?
You can still marry cousins.
So what number cousins were you? What number cousins were you?
First, second cousin. Still married. She can marry cousins. But she was chasing me, she's still writing to me today. I'm married, I'm married, but she's still, I think deep down, I think she's such a hot girl. She can't get over me.
Rabbi.
And she was right, I talked to her.
Rabbi, you know what it's in there? Rabbi, I want to show you something.
I want to have my own chance.
I want to show you something, Rabbi.
Yeah, no offense. You're offended?
You see that, Rabbi? You see this picture you posted already?
There's me. Oh, come on.
Unfriend.
Are you joking?
I'm joking.
I can't even see your face. I couldn't even...
What's this? What's this? That's my keeper. Everybody knows my keeper.
Keep playing around. I think we should do the picture on the Matsu.
Sure you did.
Did I tag anyone in it? No.
Yeah, you tagged me.
I did not tag anything.
You tagged me. How did you order the picture?
Yeah, you're a meaningful.
Rabbi, you're addicted. Rabbi. Rabbi, I like how you're taking me unfriending you on Facebook as like a real end of friendship.
You know what? The only person that ever unfriended me and blocked me, like probably two people. He didn't block me. The unfriendly one was Alex Clare, and the other person was blocked me was Gil.
Alex Clare?
I found Gil for another account I had, and that even blocked. I can still get hold of him.
Alex Clare? He blocked you?
Unfriended me.
Why?
He posted a picture, I told you.
Oh, right.
Alex Clare?
He didn't block me.
He's a famous singer.
He still sends me messages through the.
Sure, he does. I know, I've seen that.
He asked me about Amsterdam. He asked me about.
Are you getting him tickets to Rolling Stones because you like him better?
No.
Oh, sure.
He's going to the phone. Get that kind of thing. Shavua. Little youngsters.
I didn't realize I'd be calling this. You want to get back for lunch tonight?
Are some guys missing or something? Isn't Sam missing? Sam? Sam left?
Yeah, Sam left.
Dovey, you didn't hear the other part of the story? Dovey, come on, you know you want to listen. I'm going to tell you the story about this girl and about my other family. Dovey. Yeah, get that air.